can you be a better partner? I thought I was streaming, but I wasn't. But that's all right. Somebody will get it. Something going on with this camera. I don't know what's. It's just so frustrating trying to do this, and I'm just gonna have to keep doing it until I get it right. So listen, y'all gonna have to bear with me. If it's something out there don't sound right, don't look right, don't smell right, I need y'all to let me know because it's hard to tweak the mics and the cameras when it's nobody listening. And the only way you really could tweak it is when somebody listening. So you'll hear me say mic check or how I sound or how I look, and I can only balance it from y'all. So I'm on 2 platforms. I'm streaming and I'm on my page too. So that's the only way I really can see what's going on until I get it right. I ain't had no manual, I ain't had no script of this. I just picked it up. So a lot of times I be just walking my way through because people don't have time to help you all the time. And I understand that. And I get frustrated when they ain't here. But they be here and get here when they get here. They got their own life to live. And if it's something I want to do and it's my dream, then I had to invest in it. So I'm just going to do a little bit more read, a little bit more print until I figure it out. And I will. I'll figure it out. So let's jump back into this menopause for a second. And then we're gonna jump into this this if you married, what's it different? That's just a crazy question to me. And I don't want to jump ahead of myself. So let me recap. I'm gonna recap. Um, it's a national menopause show. It's October the 4th and 5th, 2025. It's at the Anthem Convention Center. I think I might go to that just so I can get a little bit more understanding on this thing. Show details. It starts at 10 a.m. It's over at 5, but I don't know if y'all gonna be able to make it because it's in California. Excuse me, but they selling tickets. I don't know how much the tickets are, but they selling tickets. So it's a whole thing, man. It's a so it's $35, and this for the women. If the women want to go, it's a menopause convention. It's called National Menopause Show. It's 2025. It's 2 days, full conference pass, 2 days of in-person education, access to exhibits, floor access, and digital acts. It's $35. A single day pass is $25. And the live stream is $25. So you can stream it on live if you want to. It's at the convention center. It's in California. So I figured I'd bring y'all that news because you know women will invest in most women will invest in they body. It's called the National Menopause Show. That's interesting. All right. So if you're interested in that, I'm quite sure you know where to find it. You can find it if you really want to. But I figured I'd bring that. I figured I'd bring that to y'all. Okay. So I gave y'all the symptoms. Well, I gave y'all some of them. I gave y'all some of the symptoms. I gave the men a little advice on what to do. Because y'all gonna need that. So let's do this one right here. I gave you this one, but it might have been something in here I missed. I gave you that. I'm just going through some notes over here. Make sure I ain't leaving nothing out. I gave you the symptoms. I gave you the age. The average age is 51 years or older. Most women experience it around between 40 and 58, though. So men. All right, so let's do this. So somebody asks me this question. Do women feel better after menopause? Ask one to see what they do. They'll probably start jumping up and start shouting. Many women report feeling better after menopause, experience relief from symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, and find an increase of sweating. While symptoms can persist for some, a new health issue may arise. So after that, right? Like after you go through everything you go through, you can have side effects, life side effects from just having gone through it. You can have some unpredictable things that happen to you for the rest of your life, man. Like your urine can be unpredictable and difficult. Periods, you may become more irregular, either shorter or longer or in duration. Light bleeding may experience. Yeah, man, the after effects is great, man. This thing, man, I don't have all day to stay on it, but I'll come back on. So let's recap. Thank God men don't go through menopause because we wouldn't make it. I mean, I wouldn't make it. And my friends, them jokers, they wouldn't make it either. They say they would. Them jokers can't handle no menopause. Them jokers can't handle menopause. Them jokers can't handle having no baby. Them jokers can't handle breastfeeding no baby. Them jokers can't handle getting up at night and all of that. It's good. You know, men just it's all right for to have a child, but to take care of a child from and men, I'm not saying that men are capable of doing it, but I think that to nurture a child is for a woman to do. I believe because they body parts compensate or coincide with having it. I ain't got no nipples, I don't have no milk. I can't breastfeed no child. I give them some canned milk, which is unhealthy. Breast milk, for anybody that know, it's just the best for a child. And I see why they like it. But so for the men, then I'm gonna dive into this other topic, this other little thing. But for the men, if your mate is going through menopause or when she go, bottom line is you need to be patient. You need to be patient. You need to pick up a book. You need to pick up a book. You need to read a book. You need to be more engaged, be more patient, and just see how you can be there. Because menopause break up relationships because people aren't patient. Women don't know how to deal with it. Menopause getting on their nerve. They got your ass getting on your nerve, on their nerve. You got your little thing in your hand. She don't really feel like it. And so it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot that go on. And to be patient and get through that, that's what a real fella would do, man. A real fella would do that. And it's gonna be tough. So you might want to pick up a hobby, golf, go-kart riding, boxing, swimming. You might want to pick up something because it's going to be some long days and some lonely nights. And, you're going to have some nice way. You might want to touch her, and she don't even want you to touch her. She don't even want to be held or hugged by you. It ain't her fault. She going to say, I'm hot. And she going to say, I'm cold. She going to say, I don't feel like being bothered. And you're going to be like, oh, you acting funny. She ain't acting funny. A lot of times women don't know how they act when they going through menopause. They just miserable and they suffering and they trying to find a way out. And they emotional and they crying and they hot and they sweat and they irritated and they agitated and they just a mess and they all over the place and they trying to keep it together. And you just see the part that they keeping together, but you don't see when they fall apart and then gotta come back like they have it together. That's the part you don't see. And most of the time, they falling apart. They just find a way to keep it together to make it look good. But depression is real. It's real. And women go through deep depression when they're going through menopause. I mean, deep, so deep that the average person who hasn't been through it can't imagine what it is. I can imagine what it is, man. It's like a death. It's imagine. Cause your body, from what I've read, your body ain't matching your mind no more. And your mind is not matching your mind. Your body. So your thoughts aren't even correct. Your body out of line. Your thoughts are not correct. A lot of stuff you do isn't precise. You you thinking, but your words ain't coming out the way you thinking. It's a lot. It's a lot mentally that goes on, and you got some physical stuff going on. So mentally you unbalanced, physically you unbalanced. So at this point, you just a mess. Some days better than others, but symptoms vary from woman to woman. So I'm just glad that I don't have to go through it, because listen, on the real, if I stomp my toe, it hurt. So I wanted to bring this series. I'm gonna finish it, but I really wanted to bring it up because it's needed. And I don't think that men really understand what women go through when they go through menopause. So men, if you're a man, you gotta get serious, man. If you married and you have a wife, you see, then you have to get serious. And these are serious issues, and these are topics that keep your relationship together. And you say, yeah, you married, and you say that's your woman, and you serious. So everything your woman go through, you go through. Because when your woman go through menopause, you best believe, buddy, you going through it too. And cheating ain't the way to solve it. It's really not. I mean, once you get a certain, I'm just talking to the men. Once you get a certain age, you stop doing childish stuff. Well, you should. My friends do. Hey, Billy. My friends do. Um, they stop doing silly stuff, man. They don't, if they married, I got a buddy of mine, he know, and I tell him all the time. He say, I'm married. He said, my wife get on my nerves. I'm quite sure I get on her, but I'm married. And when I'm married everything about. I'm married to good. I'm married to bad. He said, yeah, we get along. We love each other. He said, but every day we don't get along. Because we don't get along, it don't mean I don't love you. We just don't get along. So to be in that, in that category, and you with your mate, and you with her for the long haul, and if she not 40 and she coming up on 40, late 40s, she coming up on menopause. So you better buckle down. Because menopause will make you want to cheat, because you don't want to have sex. If you anything like my homeboys, There ain't gonna be no whole bunch playing with themselves. They gonna go get one. They gonna go use somebody. But when you committed, that ain't the answer. So you gotta sit still. Shit, menopause, you gotta sit still maybe 4 years, maybe 5. He might don't even want you touching for 5 years. And you gotta be strong enough. You know how to deal with that. So your relationship, it cannot be just based on sex alone, because you're gonna lose the fight. It's gotta be built on love. Because when sex don't come into play no more, we getting older. We ain't gonna be hitting like we used to when we get older. I mean, some men do. It just depends on your testosterone level. But I mean, everything in life slow down. I don't think nothing stay the same. Everything gets old in time. So, if you with somebody and y'all having great sex the first couple years, and then your mate get older or you get older, and if sex is your greatest motivator and you can't have sex no more, you're gonna see where your relationship going. You're gonna see exactly what it's built off of. If it's built on love or if it's built on sex. And if it's built on sex, it's probably gonna fall apart. Because I promise you, you're gonna have to bring something more than that to the table. In the beginning, it's gonna show up. And that's for everybody. That's for the male and the female. Relationships can't just run on sex. There's too many other things to do, especially if y'all live together. Y'all got bills to pay. However y'all choose to pay them. But if y'all the show enough couple, it's we have a household to run. So when I was living with my people and them bills hit the table, whoever get them first pay. And one the thing, it's mine and it's yours. No, I don't never want to live like that. When them bills hit the table, I'm going to grab it. And I might have my own, but I ain't going to see my mate bill not paid if I had the money. And I pray she don't see mine paid if she had the money. It's a give and take, but I'm just I'm trying to bring the men aware that menopause is coming. And when it comes, you need to know the symptoms and you need to make yourself aware how to deal with your woman, because you are going to be affected directly and indirectly because you just as much a part of it as she is. So you're going to have to buckle down, and you're going to have to do your own research, and you're going to have to talk to her on a serious level. You have to ask her, how you doing? How you feeling? How your menopause doing today? You have enough clothes for work? You got enough underwear? Do you have extra underclothes and stuff in your bag? Do you have a towel? Can I buy you a little fan to hold in your hand? Because I know you get hot while you at work. What's the side effects of the medicine? And y'all can sit down and have that conversation, because she ain't gonna want to take it because she might get hair on her face. Her hair might fall out. Um, Her voice could deepen. It's a lot of stuff that could happen. And so you need to be very much a part of that conversation. And you know how old your mate is, and when she go to doctors, like I said, go with her. And when you go to doctors, encourage her to go to doctors with you. Health is important, and y'all shouldn't have no health secrets. When you go to doctor, you should explain to her if um about your situation or what's going on with your health. That's your mate. Your mate should always know your health. If something happened to you and the ambulance come, he should be able to say, he on this medication, he on this, he suffered from this, he had this, he getting better, he's okay, yada, yada, yada. But I think that you shouldn't have health secrets when you're dealing with somebody. Off the break, if you got something going on with you and you meet somebody you really like, they should know about your health. They should know. So I'm just bringing awareness to the men on the menopause, because it's coming, and you need to read up on menopause, men, for yourself, and get your own understanding of it. because it'll give you a better understanding how to deal with your mate and just how to deal with women in general. And a lot of times you can see the signs, and so you'll better know how to deal with your mate based on if you know what she going through and you know it's not personal, it don't really have nothing to do with you. She can't help it. He loves you very much. He wish he could. Her desire for sex is just gone. It don't have nothing to do with you. It's not personal. But if you don't know, the first thing you assume is he cheating, he messing around. It ain't none of that. It's none of that. It ain't none of that. So at the dinner table, that's a conversation that you can have. You know what I mean? If she start throwing them covers off and on, and she got 60 fans in the room, you'll know something going on with her. So that might not be a good sex night for you. But when she say come get it, you're gonna need to come get it because that light ain't gonna stay on but for a short period of time. And then it's gonna go off. So I just wanted to bring y'all a short, not nothing too long, just something short on how to deal with that thing called menopause, because this is a tough thing. So I hope that I explained it the best way I could, and I'm gonna deal with these lights and these cameras later, but it's real tricky. So I'm on 2 platforms right now. I'm on live and I'm on streaming too. So you're probably gonna get this twice. So this podcast is 1700. I just try to make a difference and share some light on some subjects if I can. Um, I ain't the best at it. I just want to bring good information. And like I said, I'll get good at it. It's just something I felt as though I wanted to do. I ain't do it for no other reason. I'm usually a behind the camera, behind the set type of guy. But I wanted to do this, man, because I don't know. I just wanted to do it. I think my parents did. Um, my mother always said I was going to be a minister or a preacher or something. I don't know. I don't know what the creator had for me, but right now I'm doing this. I want to be the best at it. Um, and we're going to get it together over here because we got some other stuff coming. We're going to get the background together. We're going to deal with these mics and these lights and these cameras. It's real tricky. So let me explain this to y'all. It's real tricky when you're doing a podcast because the lighting has to be the same way. And we have all the equipment in the lab. I call it the lab. Everything in the equipment is top-notch equipment. I just never talked into a mic. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of walking my way through this. This is something I like to do. So I'm trial and error, and I appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me while I go through this period of trial and error. The question was posed, and I answered it. But for those don't know, I'll go through it again. Question was posed to me, and I said I was going to talk about it. If you're in a relationship, is it the same as being married? Now, I can only give it to you from my point of view. I believe if you're married, you're married. I believe that the witnesses in the audience, they're your witnesses to say that you're married. That's why the congregation, in case you don't know, that's why the congregation is gathered at your wedding, because they are witnesses that you are married, right? Ain't no 2 people can't marry each other. It has to be a minister and a witness. Somebody has to. So when they say, who give this woman away? Somebody always say me. That's the witness. That's the person that could say they are legally married, because that's that person. So if you're in a relationship, and like I said before, on the application, I've only saw married, single, divorced, or wedded. I've never seen relationship. I've never seen that if you're in a relationship, um, on the application. I never seen that. So that's my quick definition of it. Um, and my experience has shown that I probably would do something that I don't have no business doing if I was just seeing somebody. If I was married, I wouldn't. I would actually think, because I'm just not going to get married just for the sake of to get married. I would get married because I'm in love. That's the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. And so I've never been married because I was going to cheat the time I was going to get married. My mama told me everybody ain't meant to be married. But what I won't do is rob myself if I get married um, and mess somebody else's life up. Like, I'll do that when I'm really committed and with something I really want to do, man. And it's not that I don't want to do it, but I'm on this platform. I just try to give you what I have. I don't have time to be playing. Um, I'm gonna spit the truth because people know. I think marriage is sacred. I think it's a beautiful thing if you find somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with them and to sacrifice that all that goes into a marriage to be with them and really care about them and love them and go through the ups and downs and the highs and the lows. I think it's a beautiful thing. I seen my parents stay married from day one till they both left this planet. So I know marriage works. I was around it my whole life. So for those that are married, I commend you. I'm quite sure it's a tough job because just relationship is difficult for me. So I'm quite sure marriage is the same, or if not, yeah. Because when your wife says something, you need to be like on point. Like, I gotta do it because it's my wife. That would be my attitude. Like, I can't say, bump it. My wife, I gotta do it. I gotta have a curfew. I gotta be respectful. Gotta be home at a decent hour. I can't say what I want. I can't do what I want. I can't go where I want. You know, I have to be respectful. I gotta spend time with my wife. I gotta go with her. I can't just act like I'm not married. I'm married. So when I'm married, I'm committed. My wife say, let's go. I gotta go with my wife. I can't go with the fella and to go with my wife. I might have to even ask my wife, can I go with them? You got to check in. It's just respect. It's a different ball game. I know it's a different ball game. I got a buddy on here right now. I ain't gonna break his hand in enemy. I got a buddy right on here right now that respects his marriage, man. And they get on each other's nerve. But the love they have for each other, it's impeccable. You know what I mean? A great role model too, if you're looking for one. So that's my take on it. And I stand on that. Um, so I think this next series, I'm gonna do some stuff on bereavement. Um, and bereavement. I'm gonna do some bereavement stuff and mourning. To break that down is the loss of one, the side effects from mourning, um, long-term mourning, short-term mourning. When you lose somebody, if you really cared about them, they stay with you. People mourn for years. I still miss my mama. I still miss my father. It's a lot of people that I still miss. So at times I'm in the grieving process. People grieve for years. They never get out of grieving, man. You always miss people. So I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into the grieving process. I'm gonna let you know the definition between grieving and mourning. And if you need some help, or if you need some help, self-help groups with um, the loss of a loved one, which can cause severe depression. People go into depression and get stuck when certain people out their life move, man. They feel like they can't go on because they meant so much to them. So we're gonna get into what that looks like. We'll get into what that feels like. Um, we'll get into the side effects of mourning. we'll get into the side effects of losing a loved one, which could be eating habits, weights are lost. People gain weight. Some people lose weight. Some people turn to drugs. Some people even get suicidal, um, and really need medication. Some people go into a deep depression and don't want to live no more. And so they'll do stuff like they'll stop going to work, they'll starve themselves. They'll do they'll do they'll do a lot of stuff, man, when a loved one leaves this place called Earth. Some people can't handle when loved ones leave this place called Earth and they feel like they can't go on. So we're gonna get into that mourning and we'll get into that. So if you don't know, I'm a certified counselor. I'm certified by the state I'm a bereavement counselor. And so I'm certified to teach classes and I'm certified to talk about it. But I still miss my people. And because I know a little bit more than maybe somebody, I'm quite sure somebody know a little bit or a whole lot more than me. I just so happen to be certified. So I'm gonna bring that. So we're gonna do bereavement and mourning, the loss of a loved one, and we're gonna do the side effects of the loss of a loved one, and then we're gonna go into the solution, how we can just feel better. Like I said, on a regular basis, because depression is real, and some people need medication and severe help when they go through the loss of a loved one. I've just been fortunate to have lost people in my life. And I believe because I was raised a certain way, it really helped me deal with it. Do I miss them? Of course. Can I live? Of course. I can. Can I go on? Yeah. I can go on. I can go on without him. I don't know why he calling me. He on here. So why would you call me and I see your name right on here, sir, and then you're gonna call my phone? You's a bright young man. You brighter than I thought I was. So I'm supposed to just answer you. I can't. This is not a talk show. It's a podcast. And because it's a podcast, I can't answer you. I'm gonna find a way to answer you so you can talk to the people. I'm gonna make sure I do that. All right. So we have bereavement and mourning that's coming up. I'm gonna do that. Uh, what's the day? Monday. I'll do that Wednesday. I'll do that on Wednesday. We're gonna do bereavement, mourning, what it means. We'll get into a couple definitions, and we're gonna do some self-help groups where we could go, where we can get help at, and all of that. So I'm gonna bring you all of that if you're going through something and you want somebody, you need to sit down, you need to talk to somebody. Excuse me, you need to talk to somebody, man, because a lot of people can't handle depression. Depression is terrible, man. When you lose your best friend and you just got finished from talking to him and you don't know what to do and you don't know who to turn to, you don't know where to go. You might want to sit down and talk to somebody instead of telling somebody you all right and you a mess, you about to fall apart. And to go through depression and the symptoms of losing somebody and not ever treating them, man, can be detrimental to your health. Like really, it could be a terrible thing to go through death and not get no help and try to self medicate yourself and not try to get no help, man. You'll lose your mind, go crazy around this place called Earth. So we're gonna do the bereavement thing on Wednesday, and we'll do it. We'll do it about 7 o'clock. So for those that y'all missed it, we'll do it about 7. I just ran through the symptoms of menopause. I gave the men some solutions on how to deal with your relationship while your mate is going through menopause. I think that's so very important because y'all gonna need, because when your mate go through menopause, you go through it too. I don't want you to think she just go through it and you don't because you go through it also. So I hope that I brought a little bit of light to a subject that we really don't talk about. I think, and I'll come back and do some more stuff on menopause for men, um, just to find solutions, because that's a tricky time. And you really could put your relationship in jeopardy, not understanding what your woman is going through when she going through menopause. Because the first thing you're gonna think is, if she ain't sleep with me, she sleeping with somebody else. In case in point is, she don't want to sleep with nobody. She really wished that she didn't have to sleep with herself at that time. Because women don't feel good when they go through menopause. I mean, they don't feel good mentally. They don't look good. They feel like they unattractive. They feel like they unwanted. So a lot of mental stuff go on that you can't even begin to understand what they go through. They just make it look good, but it's really bad. Um, so we're gonna get back into that because I think men need to understand that that's the time you really need to hold your woman hand if she lets you, because she don't really want to be touched. But it's encouraging words you can say to her. It's encouraging things you can do. You can bring her some flowers, or she gonna be hot when she come up in that room. You might want to turn them fans on if she like cold water or ice. You know what I mean? If your house is big enough, you might want to put a little refrigerator in the room for her side of the bed, or just have some cold beverages there for her mouth might get dry. Make sure she got peppermints or something. And just be a little bit more kind to her because it's gonna be a long haul. It's gonna be a long haul, man. It's gonna be a long haul, and she gonna need inside help. Even though she might have a therapist and she might, have some other stuff, she gonna need that inside help. She gonna need you to know that at the end of the day, you working with her and you ain't working against her, and you know you just want sex and that ain't all you want, and she gonna need support, man, because if she don't have that support at home, it's already a bad thing, but she wants that support from her mate. Um, and I think a lot of time as men, we so macho that a lot of time we overlook the symptoms of menopause because we don't know what they look like. And when you don't know what something looks like and you're not knowledgeable or something, you have a tendency to look over it. But when you get older, man, um, you're gonna go through uh, stuff. And I just trying to give y'all the tools to be prepared to deal with menopause from a man's perspective. Um, like I said, we don't go through half, a quarter of the stuff that women go through. Um, couldn't even begin to understand. So I'm just trying to educate the men, so how we can be more available to our mates, and be more understanding, because you got to be understanding when your people going through that thing called menopause. You you got to be some type of gentleman. Um, yeah. So I gave you that. I tried to recap that. I think I did all right, and I'll get better as I go along. I'm gonna have some good days at this. I'm gonna have some days where I felt like I ain't did a good job, and then I'm gonna have some days where I feel like I knocked the ball out the park. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep doing it until I get it right. So we're gonna work on this background. We're gonna work on this light. We're gonna work on these mics. And it's like anything else, I gotta keep doing. I got a buddy on the line now, man. When he first started doing what he do, he wasn't the best at it. He a heck of a pitcher man right now, though. Now I remember when he started. And he a good dude, he a friend of mine. And I remember when he started it, he a cold professional. He know everything about the business. Um, and if I need him, he'll come and help me with my life. Matter of fact, I might have to ask him come help me to do that. He'll come through. Um, so we doing bereavement, bereavement counselor, um, the side effects of bereavement, and the solution to if you want help with bereavement. We're gonna do that Wednesday. I think I'm gonna do that around 7. I might wait because I think they're meeting on 7. So I might do it around 7. I might do it a little later than 7. But my go-to gonna be 7. Thursday we off air because when I'm gonna be Thursday. Hopefully I don't fall. But I like to skate, I like to swim. Lamont's landscaping for all your landscaping needs. If you need something, hit me up. If you want to learn how to swim, I'm down Bowie at a club called Sport Fit. Just tell me you want to take my class. I'm gonna post my card. Ask this for Coach Lamont. I'm down Sport Fit every other Saturday and Sunday. My first class start at 8 on Saturday, and then I have a class on Sundays. I'm down there 2 days a month. So if you want to learn how to swim, you want to be a better swimmer, or you're afraid of water, or CPR, AUD, oxygen. I'm a lifeguard instructor, so I do a lot with swimming. I'm a coach. I can't wait till I start coaching again. I always got to put that out there because if you're afraid of water, you shouldn't be. I would hate for you and your children to go swimming and one of them drown or almost drown, and then you try to go get them and you can't get them. Now I got 2 people trying to drown. I really don't want that. If 10 of them go swimming, 10 of them gonna come back. If 10 of us go swimming, 4 of us might come back. They statistics. And so we need to fix that. Um, uh, I think that's it. For now. Thanks for tuning. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep your hands off of people. They'll keep their hands off of you. Be kind to people. It don't take nothing to be kind to people. Be kind to people. People be kind to you.